Once again, this is Lsee Real Talk. I want y'all to know that this topic right here, is kind of touchy for me, but it's something that needs to be spoken about. And I mean, it's kind of for everybody. And the main thing is what I want to talk about is talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. Uh, talk to your parents. There's a lot of things that I miss that I didn't do. It was a lot of things that I wanted to say to my mother, but I didn't. There's a lot of things that I wish I would have said to my mother, but I didn't. It's like when you growing up, you don't really know certain things to say, certain things to talk about, and you know sometimes it takes just a moment for you to just say, you know what, let me talk to my moms, let her know how I'm feeling. Let me talk to my dad, let him know how I'm feeling. Let them know, like, Dad, I don't feel like you should be taking care of me anymore. Or, Mom, I don't feel like you should be taking care of me anymore. I want to figure out how I could take care of myself and help you live the way you helped me live for these past couple of years. And, that's why I had mentioned in one of my episodes about the kids, the age limit that's required for them to be employed. I really think that, the age limit should be lowered because, just like I said, talk to your mom, talk to your dad. It's like, at what age you feel that your parents shouldn't take care of you, or at what age do you start feeling, I want to start helping out. I want to start bringing money to the table to help pay for some of these bills that my parents are struggling just to keep being paid every month. What age is that you start thinking like that? And you know that's the thing. You got to talk to your parents, you got to talk to your kids. You got to say, son, how you feeling? Daughter, how you feeling? What's on your mind? Let me know what's on your mind, because you don't want to not speak to them. Because some households, you had a parent, they come in, they tired from work. So what they do, they come in, they shower, and they go to sleep. So now it's like these kids are raising themselves, and they trying to figure it out on their own without even asking. And all it takes is just to ask the question. You be in the streets doing X, Y, and Z. You know, even when I remember when I started hustling. I never told my mother, but I used to have money, so she used to ask me where I get the money from. Sometimes I would do certain things to get money where I worked for it. I cleaned this up, I cleaned that up in the store, or I did certain things in stores to get a pair of sneakers. I wasn't straight to the hustling. I figured out how to make money, but I couldn't really work because I wasn't old enough. And I just figured out that if you go hustle, sell drugs, you know, you can get some quick money. But I never realized what the sacrifice was of me making that decision. And that required me to be out in the streets. It required me to allow people to see me doing this that knew my mother. And I would have to disregard all of that because I wanted to get some money in my pocket. I wanted to be able to help out. I wanted to be able to ask my mother, you want something to eat from the store? Or, I just wanted to give her a couple dollars just so she could be able to spend knowing that I gave it to her. So, the thing is, what I'm saying is like, you need to know what's in your kid's head. You need to know if that's how they feeling. Like they want to help you out. They want to, they want to, bring something to the table, and you have to make them feel confident that like I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to bring nothing. We're okay. you know, if you need a little extra money, I can give you a little extra money. All you had to do was ask. And that's what some people all they had to do was ask, but they chose not to ask for more because they figured by what they see that, their parents are struggling, you know? But a lot of things, we neglect to talk about. We neglect to say, "Oh, mom, dad, I want to have sex." And this is what we don't do. We go out there and we find out on our own. Then you end up with STDs, and you want to go tell your parent that you're having sex, or you end up pregnant. Now you want to tell your parent that you're having sex. It's certain stuff that you just need to bring to your parents' attention, and it's stuff that parents need to uh, start addressing their kids more, and stop just allowing them just to be them, and not checking up on them, and you know not allowing them to say things to them to where, oh, I don't want to hear that. No, you need to hear that. You know, you got certain individuals that they want to be this, they want to be that, and they're afraid to talk to their parents because their parents are not addressing them about certain things that are being put in the vision of these kids. And I'm trying to be as respectful as possible and not offend anybody. So bear with me. And all I say to you kids, not kids or teenagers, whatever, just talk to your parents. Don't just go out in them streets and try to figure it out on your own, because best believe that your parents could give you the best advice, or someone older that that's caring for you. They can give you the best advice in the world, instead of you just going out there figuring it out on your own. I really wanted to stay on that topic because that's what we neglect. That's what we neglect. A lot of us neglect to express our feelings. You know, I mean, you could express your feelings to a man. Not saying like express yourself like you know get emotional and affectionate way to a man. You know, if that's not your preference or whatever. But It's all right to speak. It's all right to let somebody know, yo, I'm not feeling good today. I got a lot on my mind. That's not hard to say. You know, just like, you could tell your parents, like, I'm going through a lot. I'm dealing with this at school. I'm dealing with this outside. I'm dealing with this at, you know, Aunt such and such house or Uncle Jake's house, or, I'm dealing with this. And, you need to, talk to your parents. Your parents need to know. Your parents need to know how you're feeling. Just like your kids need to know how you're feeling. Sometimes you need to pull your kids up and say, "Listen, this is what I'm going through. I'm making sure that I'm taking care of you. It's not easy. You know, I go through things too. So you wanna make your kids understand that they're not the only one that go through stuff. We all go through stuff, and silence is not the way. I mean, I may have touched on a topic which it seemed I was talking about a conversation that I had with somebody earlier, but this is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about kids talking to their parents and parents talking to their kids, because in order for us to understand each other, we have to talk to each other. How I'm supposed to know how you feeling if you not saying nothing? How are your parents supposed to know how you're feeling if you're not saying nothing? How is your child supposed to feel or know that you're going through something if you're not saying anything? You're just showing that strong person that you are, but that's what's gonna lead for people to assume that nothing is wrong with you because you are showing this strong person. I just say communicate with your kids, communicate with your parents, you know, communicate family, and I can't stress that enough because I'm heavy on communication, and sometimes I probably overdo it and expect a phone call every other day, or text every other day from certain individuals because I expect that from you. You're the individual that I expect it from, so you should know that I would expect it from you. But my main thing is talk to your kids, talk to your parents. I think if we talk to each other, there'll probably be less deaths in the street, less, less kids just roaming in the streets and you know, wanting to do stuff that they're not supposed to be doing at the age that they are. But they should definitely be having a change in the age limit for kids to be employed, because a lot of these kids, they want to work, they want to help out, but the only alternative they have is the drug dealer on the block that's definitely gonna give them a pack to make some money. So if they're gonna go in the streets and you know it's being allowed for them to be in the streets, why not allow them to be in a workplace where they can make some money and they learn something at the same time that will benefit them in the future? Don't get me wrong, you learn a lot from the streets, but you can't go to another job and say, I have the streets 140 hours plus a week experience in the street. And like I said, I always say that I don't bash, I don't knock the guy that goes out there to go get his money. I don't knock. I do not. I just want all these young guys to know that, you know, there's another alternative. Maybe right now things are kind of slow, but at least you have the knowledge that, oh, I can go out there and get a job. I can go do this. I can go do that. Like I said, talk to your kids. Talk to your parents. Let them know how you feeling. They'll understand. You give them attitude. You scream at them. They don't understand that. You have to talk. Talk. Screaming and cursing and yelling is a whole different language that nobody understands. And all I ask for all y'all parents, all y'all younger dudes, just talk to your moms, talk to your pops. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you feeling. If you have something on your chest, just get it off. Let them know how you feeling. You don't have to be disrespectful. Just talk. And that's all I'm gonna leave it at that. And I thank y'all for your time. And I'll be back. Peace.